Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the Council on Future Conflict. Today is episode 623. We're talking the American insurgency, and Iran is getting hotter. Gentlemen, we are in a state of active insurgency in the United States, and this is one in which there is a persistent seditious conspiracy going along with it, and that conspiracy is being propagated by elected officials throughout the land. Gentlemen, it is a dark time for the country because before, Joe, like we would always say, hey, yeah, we're already in a civil war. But these were kind of vague notions of like, what could be a civil war, or it's kind of like our war with China, right? It's like there's a shadow war going on with China, but it's just it's hard to just point it out to people and say like, see, this is the battle against China, right? Only from time to time it surfaces. But with this insurgency in America has absolutely spilled onto the street, and these politicians are coming out and telling the media that they are absolutely involved in resisting and overthrowing the illegal and constitutional duties of the federal government. Wow, hell of an introduction there, gentlemen. How are you doing? Good morning, Joe.
Hey, I want to point out that there are many of you. We have a public service announcement. There are many of you who are just waking up this morning to the revelation that Bruce Springsteen is indeed a communist pinko. And let me just say that where have you been? He's been one for a long time, and you probably should have paid attention to that a long time ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's kind of like this insurgency. It's been going on for a long time. You're just now seeing it.
He went from born in the USA to absolute communist garbage in one generation.
Well, here's the deal, right? I mean, like he may be born in the USA,
Here
but
comes
we
my
really
first
need to see.
well, actually, of the day. Go ahead.
No, I was going to make a joke, but if you want to jump all over it, that's fine. I was going to say he may have been born in the USA, but we need to see his mom's papers for sure.
That's good. That's good. But anyway, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. If you are a member of the locals page, stand by because I have my notes for the beginning of this book study on resistance to evil by force by Ivan Ilyin. And last night I kept I imagine Mrs. Tactical Wisdom was rolling her eyes, but I kept saying, hey, listen to this from this book. It's what's going on right now. And it absolutely is true. This is a great book. And if you're a member over on locals, we'll be doing like a book study. I do a couple chapters every couple days. I'll put out my commentary, and y'all can comment below what you think and what you've read and seen in there. It is a fantastic book, and I think you need to get on it. So,
yeah, it's there's some good stuff there, Joe. I was heartened to see somebody posted that they had bought the entire series, so I was very I was like, kind of be like this guy.
Yeah, and you know what? And it's Claude. So Claude, I'm going to come by your house and sign all those books for you because I know you make barbecue if I come to your house. So I'll be there.
Very good.
One time I was driving right past his house on his way somewhere, and I took a picture on the highway, right? And I go, guess where I am? And he sent me a message immediately. He's like, dude, you literally just drove past my house. I'm like, if I'd known that, I'd have stopped. But absolutely. Get out and meet your mutuals in real life, man.
Yeah. You won't regret it. You absolutely won't regret it.
Ironically, as the insurgency builds, book sales are getting much, much better. Weird, huh?
I am looking for a name in chat before we begin that I'm not seeing. How did our friend who ended up having to go to the hospital for a potential stroke turn out?
I have not heard a thing. So
I was actually wondering the same thing yesterday. So. All right. Yeah. So prayers for him. If you guys would, we had a member of the chat. I don't want to just kind of out his name. If you weren't there, it's his business, but he kind of admitted it I don't know how lucid he was at the moment of sending that $50 super chat. So I don't want
to, but we're not giving it back. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, I hope you all have gold backs. They're at 10.59 today.
Yeah. So we had a little bit of a flash crash in silver, but it got to what, 115, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call that a crash.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, anytime you get like a almost like a 4%, drop in something. That's kind of I think
it's not 90. It's 99.82 this morning. I know that the guys at JP Morgan were hoping for a
so that is a crash.
Yeah,
that is a flash crash. So yeah, because it was when I checked it about 12 hours ago, it was like 111.
But it's still not a flash crash because it was $36 not even a year ago.
100%, 100%. It's only in the short term that it's.
Yeah.
Because I was actually hectoring my my counterparts at work about. I was like, silver has always been a good bet, and I basically started talking about it.
Nice.
All right. Let's let us jump into the first thing. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, Watcher. How are you doing today? You didn't get a lot of sleep for a good reason.
Yeah. Did lots of shipping going on. I shipped until I ran out of packing tape, which honestly was short-sighted of me. I need to get a bulk pack of packing tape next time.
Yeah. So if you're not tracking, all of the Land and Sea books are in, and so that's what he's in the process of shipping right now.
Yeah.
And so we've got those going out the door right now. We'll give you an update. I'm going to post an update to the Indiegogo probably tomorrow, maybe tonight. We'll see. So that's good news. Good news. All right. Sorry, Watcher. I didn't say hello to you.
Oh, you're good, man.
All right. Let's
you know what? Hold on though. Why don't we? As long as we got him here, let's. Hiya. I should have put this on the screen when you were talking. My brain's just not working. We got it all.
There we go.
It looks good.
To include the poster by our late and great friend Zevius, Christopher Robbins. I think that was the last thing he did for me.
Wow, I didn't realize he still did that. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
right. It's a cool one.
Yeah, here's the thing. The last thing that I remember talking to him about was who's the author this time, Scott? It's me. I am the author. Is it? No, it's not Blaine. Blaine and I worked on the story, and then I wrote the script for the comic. And it's the same artist as Doorkickers and Peregrine. So Doug Franchen, and he's just killing it. And I'll be honest with you, I think this is a great story.
I agree. It's cool.
And it's not because I wrote it. If anything, that's the worst part about it. I think it just really came together as a great product, with the art and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to support me and my efforts, I think we've closed the campaign, haven't we?
I think so. But if you want to support it and you didn't get on the campaign, we do have overruns on just about everything. And basically, a couple days after I close the campaign, I'll be setting up a web shop where you can buy all of Scott's books and other assorted accoutrements.
This is what we've been waiting for to kind of start getting Council and Future Conflict patches and things like that back in stock.
But also,
we've got some ideas on some
trading cards and cool stuff,
all kinds of stuff. So I was thinking a while back we should do trading cards for all the council members.
That would be fun.
Wasper, can you put C-130 Guru's Rumble thing up on the screen if you can?
Yeah, let me.
Everyone, please send prayers for one of our Warner Robins female police officers. She was shot during a domestic. She's stable now. No. Female victim she was protecting is critical. Absolutely. As much as we like to say, hey, some of the cops are doing more than they should. They do stand on the wall for us, so we will absolutely cover her in prayer. So,
I swear to you, I thought we were friends.
I'm not going to disagree with her though, and we are friends.
Anyway, here's the thing: I read so much on this show. Like, I probably have read more like out loud on this show that I have in my entire life up till this point. So I just say, like, listen, you read a lot, you're gonna make some errors from time to time. So
Yeah, see, at least one person in the chat saw me on Roundtable last night. Yeah, I'm invited every week. I just never remember. And so I was on last night. It was a pretty good show. I hope I didn't roll my eyes too much at some of the takes on it, but it was a good show.
Which one was that? I don't even know the
Roundtable with Lieutenant Colonel Murray. It's a pretty good deal. Kay was going to get on it too, but he pulled the rug out from underneath me. He said, "Yeah, I'll be on there." So I got on there, and then Kay didn't get on there. I'm like,
Is it? What is it? Just like a podcast type deal or something?
Yeah.
Yep. Now, I guess last non-official odds and ends then before we get going. I think we need to all start a campaign to continue to petition Elon to send Sergeant Major Vinning into space, because it seems like that's the only place he hasn't gone. Right?
I mean, here's what I want to know, watchers. When are you going to make like some sort of a, public
campaign
appeal for that? Yeah, campaign graphic for that.
Well, you know what? It's a good point. Let me get some campaign graphics worked up, and then we'll see. We'll get them up on a Dragon Pod. That'll be great.
Random PW says the coveted and elusive stand trading card. Well, you know what would be interesting was if we were to literally make a trading card for every individual who's ever come on the show, to include the great Muley,
Styx Hexenhammer, and all the interesting people we've had on.
The great Muley.
We could just call that one Uncle Romano.
We'll just put on there the Mooley incident.
That would be funny if we almost did like cards for like all the different kind
deep
of like
lore.
deep lore. Yeah.
But yeah, Styx was on here, and then blocked me immediately after. So
yeah,
it just validates that I know what I'm talking about.
It's true.
Another unofficial thing is not on our odds and ends, but prayers out to the Nigerian armed forces and whomever or whatever they were fighting at the airport yesterday. No one knows quite yet what happened, but I want to point out to you all that the proper demonym for people who live in Nigeria or in Niger is Nigerians, not the word you keep using.
What set him off, Joe? Why did Styx block you?
No idea. It was like right after the show. He said something. And I'm like, yeah, but actually, and I kind of gave like a factual basis, and he immediately blocked me. So, sometimes the drama's not necessary, right? Like people over dramatize something, and you're like, yeah, I get that, but the truth is that people don't like it when you do that.
It's true.
Yeah.
He's also not doing very good right now, so.
Well, I don't know what I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen him in a long time. Like he has, because he's one of these type of people you'd think just comes across your feed from time to time.
He's got some personal stuff going on. He's making videos though, so I don't know.
He? Yeah. See, I haven't seen one of his videos in, gosh, I don't know, in a dog's age. All right, let's jump into the first one here. Odds and ends, of course. We're always looking for things that are off the kind of topic of the normal stuff. So, haven't talked about Ukraine in a while. This is interesting. I was kind of surprised, guys, to see this headline come across my feed. Ready for de-escalation, says Zelensky. Zelensky is ready to accept energy ceasefire if Putin will. So it makes me think that that they're getting kind of like at the end of their, and the people are, Zelensky knows that the people are fucking sick and tired of this shit. Shortly after President Donald Trump said Thursday afternoon that Russia had agreed to pause strikes on Kiev and other Ukrainian cities for a week, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky said overnight that the Ukraine is prepared to halt drone and missile attacks on Russia's critical energy infrastructure, provided Putin honors a week-long truce and refrains from launching missile or drone strikes on Kiev. If Russia, I will notice that they're using the word Kiev here and not Kyiv, as most of the Western media does. Let's see. If Russia does not strike our energy infrastructure, generation facilities, or any other energy assets, we will not strike theirs. Zelensky told reporters in Kiev, we want to end the war, and we are ready for de-escalation steps. I mean, he knows where the fucking red lines are. To even say this means that he's considering basically laying down for the Russian demands on territory.
I'll give him some credit because he could have just said, hey, we just want to stop the attacks on the energy sector, but he didn't. He went a step further and said we want to take war. So
yeah. So it makes me think that he actually is looking for off ramps at this point now. And if he can get them like one day at a time, then maybe that's how it works. Temperatures in Kiev are absolutely freezing. Large swaths of the metro area are without power after Russia targeted thermal power plants and other critical infrastructure. The government, or perhaps U.S. taxpayers, has provided generators for businesses and some residents at night. Much of Kiev is plunged into darkness, but in areas with power, generators hum throughout the night. It says on Thursday, Trump told reporters, because of the extreme cold, I personally asked President Putin not to fire in Kiev and the cities and towns for a week. According to Trump, Putin agreed to that, adding that we are very happy with the outcome. We got let's play the little video there of our POTUS in chief.
And I personally asked President Putin not to fire into Kiev and the various towns for a week. And he agreed to do that. And I have to tell you, it was very nice. A lot of people said, don't waste the call. You're not going to get that. And he did it. And we're very happy that they did it.
I just have to say, Pete, you must be stressed. I don't remember that being there when you started.
No, I was there.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, honestly,
wearing a suit jacket one size too small is not flattering for him, though.
Well,
he does kind of do the skinny pants kind of
metrosexual suit.
Yeah, I think it's all those years living in New York with doing the whole Fox and Friends thing. Probably had to
tell you though that men in general, that is a horrible fashion trend, and don't fall for it. Wear a classic suit.
I was gonna say, I will note that that Marco Rubio is clearly Trump's mini-me in this picture. As he literally has the exact same tie, shirt, and jacket set up as Trump. It says here, earlier in the Trump administration, there had been perhaps a few weeks of such energy ceasefire where the strikes seemed minimal or limited, but it ultimately failed to stick or take off. Ukraine has not acknowledged any fresh energy ceasefire. It was only on Wednesday that Russian drones struck Kiev and the surrounding regions, killing 2 people and injuring others while damaging a residential building. So, I mean, I think this is one of those kind of things that is positive, right? Like, I mean, I think you guys all know that we detest war in general, and any war where both sides literally will benefit from the end and fighting is the kind of war that should be a fucking, hello, Captain Obvious. Let's end this war. Because in Ukraine specifically, you've got 2 sides that are both run by fucking, madmen, essentially. And you got a lot of good people, Russians and Ukrainians, that are caught in the middle that are dying for the egos of these men. And so it's kind of sucks. But hey, it's up to them. It's none of our fucking business ultimately. So.
We've said it from the beginning. I think this is honestly, I think our show is the first place I heard it called the Russian Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Slavic Civil War, but yes,
Slavic Civil War. Yeah.
It's sad, and it was unnecessary from the beginning. And honestly, it was as we've said many times, it's all a result of us basically cooing their government in 2014, and it's all been outflow from that. It's just retarded. None of this had to be here. None of this benefited anybody. Why did we do it?
Yeah, The approximate cause was 100% the U.S. color revolution in 2014, the same one they're attempting here.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's move on to our next one. By the way, before we do, a reminder that we've got the CFC War Room and Riot Watch Center over in community and on X now. So if you are not a member over there, go check that out. And if you have trouble finding it, because it has not been the easiest thing for people to find, let us know, and we can, maybe somebody, a mod in the chat or something, could drop a link or whatever, and we can do it that way. All right, let's get on with the next one. Joe, this is kind of a big deal. Chinese contract at Panama Canal ruled unconstitutional in win for Trump's Don Roe doctrine. I just love anything that uses the Don Roe. I think that's such a funny name. I mean, like,
it sounds totally like something Don Trump came up with.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I love it. Call it the Don Roe doctrine.
You know, it doesn't just sound like something he came up with. It sounds like something he came up with off the cuff while we watched him give that speech as well. It's, and I don't mean that in a good way.
Well, the funny thing, I get a kick. I've said this from the very beginning. He is so ego motivated, right?
Yeah.
And so I always like seeing when he leans into the ego. And I think, let's be honest, if he took himself seriously, it would be intolerable. But he doesn't take himself that seriously, right?
Yeah.
He has fun with it, and I think that's why he leans into a lot of it. But the only thing more funny than him leaning into it is when other people almost take it serious and lean into it, you know. And I'm just kind of like, either A, you're really like fucking kissing his ass, or B, you just don't get the joke. Anyway. All right, the Supreme Court of Canada has just, or Panama, I don't know why I said Canada, has just issued a final decision to void the contract renewed for Hong Kong's CK Hutchison subsidiary to operate two Panama ports.
Breaking, Don Lemon's been arrested.
Yeah.
Breaking, yeah. That really?
Yeah.
I did not have that on my scorecard for today.
Because it happened while you were starting the show and getting ready for the show.
I know, but I wouldn't have even guessed it, right? You know, like, now it's Don Lemon arrested, but if it's yeah. Well, hey, put that down. If
I'll grab
it, and we'll talk about it in the next.
Feel free to take a victory lap, because I told you that wasn't going to happen. So,
oh, I'm still disappointed it took this fucking long, but.
Oh, by the way, guys, completely off topic. They have started to field the Space Marine Bolter, and they're actually
yes, yes. I love that thing so much. The 30 millimeter grenade launcher.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's in the private chat. You guys we can if you want, we can. Don't bring it up just yet. Let's do it after the odds in. I want to.
I thought we already covered this story like weeks ago, but okay. We can do it again.
we covered that the courts were gonna rule, and now the courts have ruled.
I think when we were talking about Venezuela, the last time we were talking about Venezuela in any depth, we mentioned this. This is because the actual ruling occurred. So yeah, this is not like us thinking something might happen. This is us saying something is happening.
Well, but the reason this feels like we've covered it before is that it felt like a certainty then, and that's because it was. This all got initiated because Donald Trump said something about it, and they did it. They literally initiated it the same day he said something about it.
Well, in other news, two giant armored trucks pull up to the Panamanian Supreme Court and unload massive bags of money directly from the U.S. Treasury. Film at 11.
Well, I think it's partially that, but it's also just like, hey, the 800-pound gorilla is motioning to me that it would like some of my bananas. I think it would probably be a smart idea to give him some of my bananas.
And then smile at him while you do it. In much anticipated landmark case driven by claims of unconstitutionality in financial records. Now, that being said, I believe this is probably absolutely unconstitutional by their laws. I read an article like a couple months back about it, and there was some clear and obvious corruption that was going on regarding this. And why that would surprise me regarding China, I have no idea. The top court has found irregularities in the 25-year extension of the concession granted in 2001. The contested position that C.K. Hutchinson occupied conferred de facto leverage over one of the world's most critical maritime choke points, linking the two oceans, provoking scrutiny and ire of Washington. This was legally challenged last year with the question of whether or not C.K. Hutchinson violated the terms of its concessions, including the renewal granted in 2021, allegedly harming taxpayers and breaching the country's Constitution. Crucially, the lawsuit came directly at the behest of the Trump administration and immense pressure put on Panama City, and was subsequently filed by Panama's government following the official audit claiming C.K. Hutchinson management shortchanged Panama by roughly $1.3 billion. Let's see. And in the meantime, C.K. Hutchinson Holdings announced a deal last year to sell its majority stake in the Panama ports and others around the world to an international consortium, including BlackRock. But the $22.8 billion deal appeared to stall over objections by the Chinese government. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I mean, who's worse, Joe? BlackRock or China? Or is BlackRock?
They're the same picture. Corporate needs you to tell me the difference for these two pictures. They're the same picture.
They're the same picture. Yeah.
I don't know that BlackRock is any better than China. So, and I think I said that when the deal was announced. That
that's kind of the reason why I turned to you, because I mean I don't know that
literally the same thing. Yeah. Anyway. Oh look, hey, Just Me is down there. So.
Hey, Just Me, welcome, buddy. Hope you're doing okay.
You got the $9.99 in there, so.
Oh, hey, yep, there we go. Just Me for $9.99. Good morning, Viet Soda. I'm still hard to kill. Little bleeder, all good now. Are letting me out today. Thanks for all the good thoughts. I will say it's damn good to be listening to. Hey, man, it's so good having you back. Like I'll be honest.
That was a cliffhanger this morning when we logged in and I didn't see your name in the chat, man.
Yeah, we didn't want to dox you too much, because medical stuff is touchy like that. So we just wanted to make sure everybody was praying for you. And evidently you got the prayers because you show right back up, like literally ask and we shall receive.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I was gonna say that I am pleased now.
Let's see. President Trump has long made clear that his intention to reassert American influence over the Panama Canal, given the strategic artery was built by the United States in the early 20th century and formally transferred to Panama in 1999. One of the dumbest things we ever did. The only thing dumber, and it occurred the same year, if I remember correctly, was the British transfer of Hong Kong back to China.
Yeah.
Yes. That would have been, they're about the same.
Which was the style at the time.
Yeah, it was
decolonization, right?
It was the whole perestroika era,
And the British are still trying it with this whole... we have decided to give Diego Garcia back to Mauritius, and Mauritius is like, wait, what? No, please don't. And
that finally ended this week, right?
We're going to.
Yeah, you saw that Keir Starmer got put in the cuck chair by Donald Trump over that one.
Yeah.
Well, but apparently it worked. I'm hearing somebody. No, chat, help me out. I thought I heard that they're not going to do the deal anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I meant that Donald Trump put him in the cuck chair.
He's been making fun of him about it for a while.
Literally, no one asked for it and no one wanted it other than the British government. And they can't even articulate why, other than, well, white people are bad and we shouldn't have colonized this island. Yes,
if anything, we need to take that island over, and it just needs to become ours. All right. As for another country that could increasingly be in Trump's crosshairs for either pressure campaign or worse under the Don Road Doctrine is Panama. This is from last week.
Facts.
The historic Operation Just Cause mission, of which Joe is a veteran of, saw over 27,000 U.S. troops invade, ostensibly to go after Noriega for drug trafficking and to protect the Panama Canal. The mission to protect the Panama Canal could once again be used as a rationale for American intervention in 2020. Now, I'll be honest with you. With the Panama kicking the Chinese to the curb, if that's ultimately what ends up happening over this, I think it takes away a lot of our justifications for any kind of military intervention, but I think there needs to be a lot of diplomatic intervention and then American dollars. You want to get Americans interested in something, invest a lot of dollars into it. And this is absolutely the kind of foreign thing that our dollars could be used for.
By the way, it's the first place where I ever saw a dead Cuban, and
dead Cuban. Yeah.
That's a net positive.
So, I like how it was only the first place you ever saw a dead Cuban.
For those of you who might have had the same question I did off the screen, which was, wait a minute, when did Hutchison Whampoa become C.K. Hutchison? 2015 is the answer.
Yeah, about 10 years ago. Yeah. They wanted to change it to a name that sounded less Chinese.
I mean, you're not wrong.
All right.
Joe, you want to talk a little bit of... Oh, wait a second. Let's talk about
the bolter. We have an important one.
Let's talk about the bolter.
No. We have one more.
Okay, we do have one more. You're right. I'm sorry. I thought
the day of the leaf is approaching, Scott.
Yes.
My Canadians who are in the chat, you're not allowed to watch this part.
Yeah, Canadians earmuffs.
That's right.
Let me just say that those of you who've had struggles coming across the border to come to Camp Ponderosa, they're about to get a lot worse.
Trump official held secret meetings with prominent Canadian group seeking to secede. So now, is this Canadian group or is this an Albertan group?
Listen, I was going to do a tweet yesterday, but I thought I would put my Canadians at risk, my Canadian friends at risk, when I was going to say, listen, I'm hardly a Trump official, and it was like 3 guys. But I didn't want to get them in trouble. So hopefully the Canadian government's not watching.
Pinochet, I will entertain this, even though it's not a $1 super chat here. Yes. Appreciate you and your contribution to the chat, by the way. He says, panel, I'm curious if the Five Eyes are being shut out behind the scenes. Is it possible that the administration has at least dialed it back a bit due to their globalist lineage? Yeah, I think the answer is obviously yes.
Yeah,
we stopped some sharing. I don't think they're being shut down or shut out. I just think we've stopped sharing everything. Right.
Yeah, I think probably at the national intelligence level, that's where you're starting to see this, not necessarily with the military side, because the military guys are all pretty good dudes, and we at the working level we all get along. It's just the leadership level is where you start to see these stupid stuff. Phil Coggins, a member for 41 months. That's a long time. Thank you for your membership. The Indian-born Foreign Service official who was going to give Diego Garcia to the Indian colony of Mauritius, to the point that even Parliament was pissed. Yeah. And the problem is that, you know, and I'll be honest with you, the whole kind of Indian thing was something that kind of snuck up on me because I've been out of the country for so long. But what you're seeing, what I've seen are basically 2 types of Indians. One that are so fucking happy to get out of that system and away from India that they absolutely take on wherever they go and just dig in like a tick, and they're like, I am this now. So in the case of like America, they become fervently American and
those 5 guys are really cool.
Well, yeah, right. They are definitely the minority. They are 100% the minority, and they're almost all of them are probably billionaires and millionaires.
Well,
right?
Let's also talk about what they all have in common, because there's something else they all have in common. They all got here before 2010.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, most of the ones that I've seen are all like minorities in India, right? They're not what's the kind of the majority, the Hindu, whatever. Anyway, the other thing is that the other type are basically Indians that are absolutely ultimately loyal to not the country, but like the people, right? The culture, the kind of the macro Indian identity. And so,
what people are finding is that the Indian community in the U.S. has been running basically the same scams and more as the Somalis, but at a slightly higher and slightly more competent level.
Yeah, Durna, for the most part, my interactions with Sikhs have been very good.
Same. Hey, it's funny. It's funny we bring up India when we're talking about Canada, though, because if we were ever going to allow them to,
speaking of Indian colonies, right?
Yeah.
By the way, Hunch is over here talking about not liking mountains with snow. Hunch, I literally have a photo of you on the very top of a mountain owned by a friend of ours on a rock outcropping, just enjoying the mountain. Knock it off.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I got no problem with the mountain. It's the snow that makes it treacherous, right?
Yeah, I know.
All right. A bombshell report in Financial Times says U.S. officials recently held recent talks with Canadian separatists seeking to break Alberta, Canada's oil-rich western province, away from Ottawa. Officials in the U.S., President Donald Trump administration discussed loaning Alberta $500 million to break up Canada and make it the 51st state. One source told the FT. This follows on the heels of Trump earlier this month posting a fictional map of Canada as part of the United States. And the report also comes days after the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney's speech in Davos before the World Economic Forum. He called out President Trump for creating a rupture in the existing world order. Oh, well, heavens to Murgatroyd. We're upsetting the world order. Carney has also told his parliament the world has changed. Washington has changed. There's almost nothing normal in the U.S. now. That's the truth. Trump famously fired back. Canada lives because of the United States. Remember that, Mark. Next time you make statements, while adding that Carney wasn't so grateful and that Canada gets a lot of freebies. Well, the interesting thing is that he also warned the UK away from trading directly with China. And then he said it's even worse if you're Canada. And so basically referring to the trade deals or whatever that Carney has been negotiating recently. Recall too the words of U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent at Davos. Alberta is a natural partner for the U.S. People are talking. People want sovereignty. They want what the U.S. has got. God. What did you?
Just an update to a breaking story we had earlier. He got arrested at the Grammys.
Oh, that's awesome. Just sock it away. We'll talk about it here in a bit. As one of the leaders of the insurgency, actually, you know what? He's too dumb to be a leader of the insurgency. I was watching Joe Rogan the other day. And he had Andrew, that guy who does all the debates. He's always on the whatever podcast, debating all those stupid women or whatever. Anyway, those two were talking about Don Lemon, and Joe Rogan just said, Don Lemon is so fucking dumb. He said when he was on that news channel, he was literally the token, because there's no other fucking redeeming quality that he had other than he was a gay black guy. I was like, damn, Joe's going hard to paint on Don Lemon.
Well, this is a good thing for Don Lemon. Instead of having to go to Grindr is coming to him.
I was going to say.
That's right. He's literally going to a place where people want to see him. All right. Now the FT article, along with other media, claimed Trump is destabilizing Canada by these secret meetings between the Canadian separatists and very, very senior officials in the U.S. administration. Jeff Rath, a legal advisor in the movement in question, the Alberta Prosperity Project, has gone so far as to claim that Washington is pushing for an independent Alberta. APP leaders are now seeking to follow-up meetings with U.S. state and Treasury departments next month to request a $500 million credit facility to bankroll secession, while also pressing the U.S. for U.S. recognition and new pipeline routes that would bypass Canadian. Guys, this is sounding fucking serious. I mean, this isn't like the whole idea of like Texas seceding or, you know, what is it? Quebec seceding, you know. This is like, it sounds like a fucking going concern that actually has a chance.
Well, instead of Quebec seceding, they just took over the whole government, and now Canada is Quebec.
Canada is Quebec.
I'm gonna take this a step further. I'm gonna say land bridge to Alaska. Look out, Northwest Territories. You're on deck.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Yukon is coming our way, man.
This is going to sound funny, but I mean this very seriously. When you look at the politics of the region, I think the way that it actually breaks out is that Alberta is going to start looking to shake loose. If Alberta actually does do it, you're going to see Saskatchewan join them almost immediately. I think it would not be hard for us to then lean on the Yukon and potentially the Newfies as well. Land bridge to Alaska is exactly correct. Everything's going to be CONUS except for Hawaii.
And I'm here for it, guys. I mean, this is what I call good news.
Yeah, and Bestiak in our chat, he's in Alberta, so good source. Hey, we may actually tap on you for some info later on in the year, brother. So,
and in fact, I should probably say that here soon, a certain Arctic nurse has invited yours truly to come on to discuss this with him.
Yeah, but he's probably not going to be an Alberta resident any longer. By then.
We hope not. We hope not. Yeah, but so look for that show coming up. I'll broadcast it on my X when it.
By the way, Bestiak, I see in the chat during the roundtable last night, I was sipping on that old elk that you left here, and man, is that good. Anyway,
ooh.
Here's my question to you guys. Is it better for Alberta to become a state, an independent nation, completely independent nation, a U.S. territory, or a free association treaty partner?
Free
territory.
Treaty partner.
I think I'm leaning towards what you just said.
Because
territory could work
state with none of the responsibilities.
Well, right. And now that being said, so like the whole
none of the
kind
ability to impact our politics. Sorry.
Yeah, no. What you just said is the key thing for me. Is that I'm worried that as great as our Albertan brethren are, I would be worried of the Californiization of their politics. Because they have been known to use this thing called the Canadian National Healthcare System. They may not enjoy some of the freedoms that they would receive. It's kind of like be careful what you wish for, because if you ask for American freedom, you're going to get all of the American freedom.
Yeah. What's crazy to me is how somebody brought it up in chat. Remember that this all started over them not being able to take a joke that Donald Trump made and freaking out about it.
Yeah.
That's literally how this whole thing began.
Well, so here's I guess what it comes down to is what the people want, right? Like if the people want U.S. citizenship, like a U.S. passport, then ultimately territory is really where they want to go. But if they're good being like Albertan citizens, but having the U.S. military umbrella basically, take care of them.
I'm completely willing to trade Canada, Hawaii for Alberta. There's no reason why Hawaii needs to be in the United States. It hates the United States. It simply is a strategic base for us. We'll maintain our basing rights, but they can own the morons who live there. 100%.
Yeah, I think ultimately, here's the thing: like the free association, the whole kind of point of that are for small countries without a military, right? And it basically they give up just a little bit of their autonomy for basically the U.S. taking care of their national defense policy and all that kind of stuff.
Basically like the Marshall Islands, right?
Yeah, it's exactly right. I think there are about like a dozen free association, kind of, most of them are in the South Pacific. But, if they wanted to go a little further and say, okay, we'll start using the U.S. dollar, things like that. I mean, you could do that because there are countries out there in the world who use the US dollar, right? Like as an official currency that they use. So that would be on them. If they want to keep their health care and all that shit, they can do that.
Stoli says Hawaii has dogged the bounty hunter. They'll be all right without us.
Steve says it right too. Native Hawaiians are some of the most hateful, nasty people you'll ever meet. Yeah, and racist. They literally hate the white people.
Yeah, well, I thought Native Hawaiians were all the white people who have been on vacation there for 10 years in a row. Like the South Park episode.
Y'all, Magnum PI is not really Hawaii.
No South Park fans in the chat. I'm kind of disappointed. All right, Native Hawaiians.
That's true. Hawaii leaving the U.S. would be really bad for spam. That's true.
All right, Joe. Tell me a little bit about tactical-wisdom.com, shall we?
Well, it's this weird site where this guy sometimes posts rants. But over the last couple of weeks, we've been doing preparing for unrest articles. And tonight, we're going to recap those live over on the locals page. So tacticalwisdom.locals.com. I'll leave it open for non-supporters for a few minutes, but then it will be for supporters only because I've got bills to pay and it's only $5. So why wouldn't you do it? But anyway, we're going to talk about some of the concrete steps you can take to be ready for all the unrest that's out here. I've got 2 articles out so far. One is the car, one is communications, and the next one we're working is intelligence gathering or information, right? What you need to know, who you need to be keeping an eye on. I've had several people ask me if that's my radio station there. No, it is not. That is clearly ham radio, which I would never do because I don't have a ham radio license. Free men don't ask permission. But anyway, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And my next article will be on info gathering and how you can arrange that and what to be looking for. Yes, Rowan, bills means more radios to buy. By the way, on that note, see, somebody had to strike me with a radio. There are extended batteries available for the DM32 like this, so that your radio will last multiple days without a charge. So very good thing. Anyway. That's what's going on over there. You can buy some books over there. Hey, I still have the radio pouches. If you need a AR-152 radio pouch, send me a DM or an email, smoke signal, send a Sherpa here with a message in a bottle. However you want to let me know, I can get you an Exumbris Designs AR-152 pouch. They're now a Tactical Wisdom exclusive, so give me a shout. We'll take care of you.
Very good, very good.
$10 super chat.
Yep. Phil Coggins for $10 says Alberta can become a territory as long as they extend their rat population policy to certain nationalities. Now.
Not tracking.
Oh, they have a pretty aggressive anti-rat policy in Alberta, to say the least.
Is rat a euphemism for something or just actual rats?
No, like actual rats. Yeah.
Okay, I care more about
the
people they've imported than the rats.
Yeah. They clearly are letting pretty much anybody come in, but then again, that's Canada more so than Alberta. But so maybe their policy would be different.
Who smell like curry in Alberta.
Xevious would really have enjoyed the whole what's happening in Alberta.
He really would. He would get a kick out of this.
Where was he at? Was he in Winnipeg?
I think so.
I think he was in Winnipeg.
All right, Scott.
All right. Yep. Let me go. I got you. Welcome to the Council of Future Conflict, where tonight we are staring down 2 converging storms: the growing tension with Iran, missile exchanges, proxy attacks accelerating, nuclear posturing, the Strait of Hormuz looking more like a tripwire every day, and the deepening insurgency inside the United States, where flashpoints are multiplying, trust in institution is evaporating, and organized unrest movements from spontaneous to structured, i.e., local governments. When foreign adversaries sharpen their blades and domestic fault lines split wide open at the same time, people who still can communicate, coordinate, and keep their heads on are the ones who will survive the night. That's why we're proud to feature our sponsor, Brush Beater Store, led by NC Scout, the place that's been quietly building resilient off-grid comms networks for Americans who see the writing on the wall. The headliner right now is the brand new Radtel RT950 Pro, a 10-watt VHF, UHF dual-band monster loaded with GPS, APRS, position sharing, dual-watch, Bluetooth programming, Type-C charging, and the bright sunlight-readable color screen. When cell towers go dark, internet gets throttled, or the wrong people start jamming frequencies, this radio keeps your group talking, whether you're tracking incoming threats from the Gulf or coordinating locally in the street as the streets burns. Build the rest of your layered comms stack around the Brush Beater's proven lineup of the Baofeng AR-152, the rugged 10-watt workhorse with a huge battery reserve for long duration ops, the Abri DMF8, a affordable DMR. That's the one you were holding up earlier, right, with the extended battery?
This is the first one that you just talked about, and then
the Radtel
DM32.
Yeah. Okay. That's the DM32. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
And I got a spare battery with it. So,
yeah, that's definitely another good one. I need to get my radio collection.
I'm gonna be honest. This DM32 is my go-to daily radio. So somebody asked me why would I get that if I have the AR 152? Listen, different tools for different jobs. You wouldn't use a hammer when you needed a screwdriver, right? The AR 152 is a straight tactical radio. No frills. It's just for punching in frequencies and going. But if I'm going to have a radio that I carry day to day, it's going to be one of the digital capable ones where I can program in 4,000 channels. I can encrypt my traffic, or we can just talk digital as opposed to analog, and most people won't be able to hear us. So use the right tool for the right job. You need more than one radio. End of speech.
End of sermon. Yes. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you, brother Joe. I'm sorry. Let me get back on my script here. All right. So get the Radtel RT950 Pro and the full comms lineup at brushbeater.store/collections/handheld radio -HT. Sign up for the training at brushbeater.store/collections/training. Use code CFC10 for 5% off all radios, accessories, and courses. Orders over $100 ship for free. Big thanks to Matt at Brushbeater Store for keeping the Council on Future Conflict on the air while the world edges closer to the brink. Head to brushbeater.store, enter code CFC10, and make sure your net is still up when the tension with Iran or the insurgency in the street comes home. Now, back to the show.
Hey, listen, I've had a lot of people ask me over the last 24 to 48 hours. Yeah, it's cool that you guys sell these radios, but how do I learn? Listen, seriously, you need to go to an RTO course by Matt, something by Radio Made Easy. He actually has good classes, or My Communications for Preparedness. Come to a class. We actually get out and we have you do practical field exercises, sending salute reports, sending other kinds of reports. I was going to give some names out, but you wouldn't understand them, like Boris and under reports and things like that. But it gets you out actually practicing sending reports, using your radio, making comms with people, and including we'll have you go out and drive down the road, and you'll see how much more range you can get with a digital radio. So cool stuff. And for all of you who are just coming in saying, hey, I heard Don Lemon got arrested. Y'all, we do a news show. Get on the show earlier. You'd have already known about it. Dude. Anyway, it wasn't just you, JRH. I see that Squishy just joined us. And then one more thing. Let me answer Pinochet. Does the 950 Pro work with Chirp? No. But what you can do is export your Chirp file and then upload it into the Radtel's programming, and it works that way. So sort of, I guess, is the answer to the question.
Sort of, yeah.
I know we ran this story already. I know it.
No, we talked about this when they first announced it, but this is the first time I've seen it shooting and like an actual working model. So it's the new. But let's listen to what are they? Is this some deep voice?
Volume's all the way up. There's no audio.
Okay. So what you got here essentially is a semi-automatic grenade launcher, similar to the old Punisher. The XM25 Punisher, which they fielded for a few years. It was a 25 millimeter. I think this is a 30 millimeter. But what it basically does is it has a programmable grenade that you can use the little fire control dealie there to set like a distance that it would explode. So let's say, like for instance, you got a Mr. Insurgent. Yeah, go back and let's just kind of see that again. You got Mr. Insurgent hiding.
Millimeter too. So
this is 25. Okay,
yeah.
So you got Mr. Insurgent hiding behind or in a trench or something like this. You can laze to the trench and then basically shoot this, and it'll airburst over the trench, getting the bad guy in the who's behind cover. So, or like say into a room, and then the air bursts into the room. So it's pretty fucking handy.
There is also a gun company in Montana manufacturing a belt-fed version of this. So,
yes, please.
Pretty darn cool.
Well, speaking of highly impressive military videos.
Yeah, so, I mean, hey, Iran's got their story. By the way, real quick, Rich Turner, 1942, thank you. You gifted 5 subs in the Rumble chat. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate your support. We had several white chats popping up. I absolutely am astounded at the fact that literally almost everybody in our Rumble chat is a member. All right, so Iran has very aspirationally posted this, and it's B2 taking off. We're gonna have to watch this again.
They don't even know how their own weapon system works.
Yeah, push pause. First of all, go back. I would just want to. So first of all, you got an aircraft carrier with a B-2 taking off from it, something that has never ever happened ever, with an Iranian anti-air system on the American aircraft carrier, how that makes sense. And then it goes on full cyclic rate of 900 missiles per minute fire as at the B-2. So I mean,
I'm shockingly
the idea of the left can't meme. Iran can't meme.
Yeah, I am shockingly reminded of being a toddler playing with action figures and I'm gonna get you. Yeah. No, anybody else?
That's no. I absolutely. Like. I remember that too. But hey, All right. Here's another. This is something to get you in the mood for what we're basically going to be talking about tonight.
Uh-oh. You know what? Hold on. I've got some kind of audio issue going on.
And it's not just me.
Sweeney. Nobody needs the audio.
It's not just me looking for an opportunity to play Sydney Sweeney, because this is AI Sydney Sweeney.
Scott, you might have to play it. I've got some audio issue going on. I might have to drop out.
All right. All right. Watcher is let's see. Here we go.
I think you guys are doing it on purpose now. Like every 20 seconds, somebody else pops in. Hey, does your Don Lemon got arrested? Come on, y'all. Y'all trying to make me have a stroke.
Pause it right here for a second.
There we go.
I mean, anyway, so we were talking about Don Lemon there, Joe. Anyway, Sydney Sweeney.
I know that Don Lemon would not be interested in this video whatsoever.
I know. Actually, he would only start getting offended after the next part. All right, here we go.
Tonight, we honor excellence in storytelling. Not films, not novels, but the most convincing political hoax of the year. And the award for Best Failed Hoax Performance goes to...
Bananas and Rice?
Ian Omar.
This is Omar's second award and counting, on her way to being the fake bitch in the United States.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, I have no words. As an illegal immigrant who married my own brother, this award makes it all worth it. Thank you.
Man,
man. That was the worst hoax I've ever seen. Somali scams don't work like they used to do they?
The only objection I'll have is using the Journey song in the background. I mean, that's blasphemy because that song mentions South Detroit, which we all know is Ontario, Canada.
South Detroit. I keep forgetting, like the way like the border is there. It's kind of like weird. Like there's some, like you got
it's
Canada.
The only place in the United States where you travel south to enter Canada. It's Detroit.
Yeah. All right. I thought that was funny, but hey, you in the chat may not think it's funny. But it was just an opportunity to have Sydney Sweeney on Future Conflict, which is not like something that you all get every day.
By the way, Be Prepared should be banned from the chat today because he went to Buc-ee's yesterday and intentionally antagonized me about it. So
I just want to try the fucking fudge, right? I mean, I keep hearing like this fudge is so amazing, and I am a total fudge.
They have good fudge, but let me just tell you, the 3-meat sandwich is where it's at.
What is it got? Beef and ham and what?
Brisket, turkey, and spicy sausage.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, it's delicious. It is delicious.
Yeah. I've never been to a Buc-ee's, so I'm interested. It does all
the closest one to here is exactly 16 hours away. I know this because I've made the trip a time or two, but there's a couple closer to your home. So
yeah, I understand they have them in Kentucky now. So, but oddly enough, they've actually expanded since. You got one thing in common with Don Lemon. What is that? Somebody's gonna get bayoneted. All right, sorry. Just reading the chat there. Let's get on with the American Insurgency guys. And let's start low, and we'll go on from here. And what I mean by starting low, I mean by Tim Pool's got a good point.
I don't believe you.
Well, let's evaluate that independently together, Joe, because
hold on.
I read the quote.
You have to do Hunch's $2 one just so that it can be properly denounced.
Oh, here we go. Hunch the Dirty Roofer for $2 over on Rumble says, of course, the Marines' favorite thing is a multi-meat sandwich. Oh my gosh,
that's just terrible. That's just terrible. Wait, I need to know where in Nebraska. Oh, it's not going to be closer. Never mind. It won't be closer. They need to come north.
North. Go north, young man.
Like Missoula would be good. Missoula would be fine.
Watcher
is a Dollar General in Sealy Lake now. I think my neighborhood's already gone to crap. So.
Oh, God. That sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Well, I tell you.
I think it's working now. We could. Did you guys already watch the Tim Pool video?
No, not yet. Let me play this, and then I'll let you take it from there.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Trump did pull back, and I think Homan did state that the reason he's here is not because things have been going fairly well, but hopefully now there's going to be some negotiations where things can calm down. I think the terrifying thing about Minnesota, the situation with Preddy, the situation with Renee Good, is that we're looking at a leftist space in this country that are being radicalized. They're being told that ICE are Nazis, they're Gestapo, they're kidnapping children when none of this is true. It's all exaggerated, and it's resulting in panic. It's resulting in people like Preddy, who otherwise seemed like a good dude. I know a lot of people, they're polarized on this. They want to say either he was, deranged or whatever. I mean, look, the guy was a nurse. He worked for the VA. I don't think he was an evil guy, but he's radicalized. He shows up, he's spitting on cops, he's kicking their car, instigating these fights, and it results in these unfortunate circumstances I don't think anybody wanted to see happen. So it does seem like it's good that Trump is sending in Homan's toning things down a bit. My concern is that there's a bloodlust that's not going to be satisfied. When Homan comes in and Trump talks with Waltz, protesters went to Tim Waltz's office angry that he would even negotiate. So how we get the temperature down in this country without any kind of serious escalation, I honestly don't know. Even Tim Waltz asked the question today, is this Fort Sumter? And I certainly hope it's not.
Now, In fairness, who was it over here? Yep, Peter State's. Hold on a second. I want to address this one. Tim Pool is just realizing that he is already in the collapse. No. Here's the thing: Tim Pool's been waiting for this moment for a long time. Now I don't know that he wants it, but
I mean, he's good flannel shirt and beanie.
That's true. I have to give it to Tim Pool, right? He was calling everything a civil war way back, like during the COVID times, right? You know,
same.
And so I can't fault him for that. That being said, I can't really fault anything he said here. I think, you know, like he doesn't really take a position per se outside of the last thing. But go ahead,
as long as we're talking about Pretty, whatever his name is.
I have a couple of Pretty comments, but go ahead.
Same. But I think my favorite thing I've seen about Pretty so far is the following: he would neither go towards a job nor would he turn towards the other protesters. Shortly afterwards, we saw him headed straight towards the ICE agent, some 70 feet away. His wife's boyfriend explained that even if we caught up to him and brought him back to the other protesters, he would immediately head right back out for the ICE agent. But why?
Well, here's the thing, though. You have to ask yourself a couple of questions. Tim fell for a false leftist talking point. Freddie was not a VA nurse. He had left that job months ago. So we need to stop giving any life to the idea that he had some sort of noble cause he was doing in addition to his protest work. But that also raises a question. How was he still living? What was he doing for funds? What was going on? He doesn't look homeless, right?
the pistol was
getting his manscaping done somewhere.
The P320 was a custom job. I think I saw somebody pull that.
$1,300.
Yeah,
with the option.
Yeah. And so obviously something there was he was getting paid. Also, I'd like to point out that he was clearly detained on January 14th. That should have led to a confiscation of a firearm and a revocation of a concealed handgun license, which did not happen. So why? Well, because the government let him go almost immediately. The Minnesota government let him go almost immediately. So,
yeah. This is one of those kind of things where there's a lot more to this Pretty nonsense. And then, oh, by the way, as soon as they get a chance to put him on the media, they completely alter his face. Did you guys see this? Where they
he was not good looking enough to be he was not good looking enough to be a martyr. So no, they haven't just photoshopped him once. That's the thing. Like CNN photoshopped him first, and then everybody else from there has added on and added on and added on and added on. So like he went from being a scrawny piece of shit, balding,
they're trying to make him a much more sympathetic figure.
Yeah.
100%. And so I find that to be really interesting. That just kind of goes to show you that the media is in on it.
And Wade, you're 100% right. He'd still be alive if he was actually arrested and held on the charges of malicious destruction of property, right, for kicking that ICE car.
Well, I mean, this is where a lot of people have gone to the thing that says basically the people who are pushing for guys like him to be out there are the ones that could be held responsible for his
most importantly, you need to realize that this entire thing is orchestrated by the government of a state, and that's where you are today, and you need to start acting like it.
Yeah, that's correct. All right, so we're gonna get to Balfang Betty, but first let's talk about.
I've got a meme for that. Sorry.
I demand you stop associating this woman with Balfang.
not this one. It's the
no. You'll see. You'll see. But yeah. Joe. So we need to whip on a little dance counter revolution again. Is that what you're saying?
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry.
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. Is this the one?
Completely distracted by my dogs barking.
Good morning from Los Angeles.
Oh, God.
So this is something that many of us, I would say probably like we're in the thousands at this point, are doing every morning and then through the day, which is patrolling. And what we're looking for and kind of just going through is pretty straightforward. Ooh, bright red light. But we're basically looking for any staging that ICE is doing or vehicles that have left Terminal Island and are now, moving into different areas in Los Angeles. We're really just looking for, the kidnappers and seeing different ways that we need to warn our neighbors so that way they know to go back inside and be safe from any of the kidnappers that are roaming our city right now.
Think about how racist that is. I've got Hispanic neighbors, so they must be illegals. I have to warn them.
Yeah.
What's going
First
on.
of all, the local police would like to talk to him about distracted driving.
Yeah.
Are an Angelino and you're like, how do I get involved? This is one easy way to. We always need people to support other people on the ground, whether it be doing what I'm doing or it's doing, helping out at different like spaces in the Home Depots and things like that. And it also is just
Home Depot. Good God. Are you what? Are we?
We hang out by the Mexican restaurants, the Home Depot.
All the places where they might actually be.
Oh God.
different tactics.
That's where Mexicans hang out, right?
Yeah.
With our expanse and how large we are, and we've been dealing with ICE for years at this point. We have a lot of things that are really working, and then now with the escalation, we have more people becoming involved to stop the kidnappers. So I hope you have a great day today, and we continue to keep our neighbors and communities safe, and we continue to fight against this regime.
By the way, this is an admission to sedition. I'm just
most kidnappers I know generally are operating under administrative warrants. That's how that usually works, right? I mean, for the Lindbergh baby, for sure, right? I mean, like somebody had to go get a warrant for that, right? Oh, wait, no, when you have a warrant, that's not kidnapping. Oh, all right.
It's amazing how that works, right?
And then arguing about an administrative warrant versus an actual judge-issued warrant is silly because you only need a judge-issued judicial warrant for U.S. citizens. I need an administrative warrant for a non-U.S. citizen who shouldn't even be here.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
All right. So next up, as I like to call her, Balfang Betty.
You'll get a kick out of this, Joe.
All I hope is that she bought her Balfang radio from brushbeater.store.
I doubt it. I'm sure she got it from Bezos Smart.
Probably Temu.
Here, Signal group chats, rapid response group chats in Seattle got infiltrated. So did the ones in Minnesota. We should probably start using ham radio.
You might want to put an antenna on it first.
I was waiting for that. Yeah.
I'm going to link a ham radio from a solid company that won't break the bank. Here you go. Let's set up some phone trees and figure out some codes. Get old school.
All right. So first of all, key up that radio near those nose rings and let me know what happens.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's her antenna, Joe.
Let me point something out. If you use codes on that radio, you are breaking the law. Not that we've never done that, but and you can tell that she just bought it. There's no antenna on it. Actually, I take that back. I wanted to broadcast on it all day long without an antenna. That radio lasts about 3 days, and then it'll burn up. So,
well, Joe, I'm actually hoping that they start doing this in the sad hams, like because literally
that's what I was just going to say. Come on now.
They have no politics. They only care about controlling their local airwaves.
Exactly. Where are all these sad hams that want to hunt anybody else down the second they touch a radio? Because let's get your triangulation on and go hunt them down with the feds there, boys.
Listen,
your day has finally come.
Ice Watch is a YouTube channel I would watch. You know what? That needs to be a tweet and right now. So.
The sad ham. The day is mine. The way I came to this one was through a brush beater. Let me see if I can find that one because that was pretty good.
There you go. There you go. That's you've got exactly what I was thinking of.
I think it'll be a better YouTube channel than drones chasing crackheads.
Oh man, you might be right.
Oh my God, that would be funny.
How many nights, guys who are in the chat, have we stayed up late at at the team room watching drones chasing crackheads?
I regret to inform you that I've just written the theme song in my head. Sad hams, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna chase down the ice watch for you. There's a million things.
Oh, of course, when I can't find Matt's, why is it so hard to find his Twitter when I'm actually looking? Here we go. No, that's yours. I was just going through quickly. Anyway, the point is basically somebody had reshared this and said, now if only we knew somebody who had specialized training in like ComSec and all that kind of stuff in order to be able to get intel on these people, and then
they would show up in class and out themselves almost immediately, and they would be booted without a refund on day one. But I want to point out, Scott, that I just made a great rhyme today for the show, and you're gonna like it. You did.
All right, let's see what we got here. Joseph P. Dolio. Here we go. Yes, the Crazy Ice Watch gangs have just discovered Baofangs. Very good. It is in fact a thing, and I have reposted it. There we go. All right, so this is kind of like she's one of the new martyrs for the cult.
This is so moronic. It hurts my head.
I know. So she was the one that organized the raid where Don Lemon just got arrested for. So let's do her, and then we'll do all the Don Lemon stuff right after her.
We had belly chains around our waists, and we had handcuffs with bars in the middle. As someone who majored in African American studies, I can tell you that is the closest I ever felt to slavery in my life.
First of all, let me just say you're right. So you're not owed reparations. You've never been a slave, and you're never going to be a slave. That's the closest you're ever going to get.
Oh my God, these people are
so the only thing worse than, as a Second Amendment advocate, and then they say something that's not Second Amendment related, this is it's saying, as an African American studies major, listen, who's surprised that that's what you got a degree in? Literally no.
I can't. It's too good.
She made a documentary about her life, 12 years as a slave.
12 hours as a slave.
12 hours in handcuffs. 12 hours in chains. Come on, boys. That's exactly what it's going to be.
Shackled as if I was a slave. It is unacceptable and unconscionable, but it's on brand for a while.
Hold on.
I guess that answer is going to double down. Yeah. I'm sorry, what?
Here's the thing. She's I believe she is telling on herself here. I could be wrong. But what it sounds like she's describing when she said chains and a bar in the middle. Hey Joe, what happens if you're too fat for them to put a single pair of handcuffs on you?
Well, that's true. you link two pair together. So
that's right.
But I'm going to be honest. I don't believe that she was ever put in belly chains and shackles. I really doubt that. That's like a long distance transport thing. And
if you ever wanted to know what somebody who gets through law school yet has a 97 IQ looks like, I present you with that lady. She clearly failed up her entire way through we was chained. I just tweeted that I said her autobiography title has just dropped 12 hours as a slave.
Wait a minute, there is a good sad ham rap going on in the live in the Rumble chat.
Sad hams on patrol. Verse 1. Midnight shift on 20 meters. Band is dead again. Got my dipole in the rain. Calling CQ to my friends, but the skip is long tonight. Just echoes in the wire. And not enough rhyming in there.
Yeah, you got to do a little bit of rhyming, but this is a solid foundation.
Solid beginning. Try 85, Scott. I mean, I like to be optimistic on people, guys. I don't.
And Jay Clark, I think you're wrong. Her friend who was arrested that same day got the 2 handcuff treatment. I think that's wrong and that's false. She's clearly a 3 handcuff person.
Yeah, minimum.
Chorus. Sad hams on patrol. Riding freaks alone garden. Our slice of the spectrum like it's carved in stone. Roger beeps will trigger rage. Bowfangs make us groan. Sad hams on patrol.
This is true. This is true. I actually had one group like start screaming at somebody on the radio and saying, Roger beeps are not allowed on our repeater. And I thought it was funny and all the more reason to put a Roger beep on your
I was going to say, nothing would make me go to my radio and turn the Roger beep on faster ever in my life.
Let's see. Here we go. ICE Watch insurgents use their bodies as weapons against federal law enforcement when there is a response. They cry foul. Oh, shock. Shock
Which is
of all
crime,
shocks.
by the way.
Oh, dude. You can't take my phone.
He grabbed her phone. And she came after him.
Hey, she grabbed him first.
Yeah, that's right.
He had her phone, and he probably shouldn't have. That doesn't mean she should grab him.
Yeah.
I don't. Dude, I'm gonna turn it way down. I don't. There's the whistles, and I hate it.
This is where the guy should. This is where knowing judo would.
I'm going to be honest with you here. This constant harassment they face, these guys are getting frustrated, and more of this is going to happen if you continue, right?
Yeah.
I just got to say, every time I hear the whistles now, this is just that's all I picture in my head.
Yeah.
You legally have to identify. No, in fact, he doesn't have to because you're not part.
When you put yourself in front of them, you expose yourself to getting shoved. That's just the way it is. Could that guy buy a real holster, please? Oh my God, back that up.
Okay,
he's wearing an Uncle Mike's special, and oh my God, right there.
Oh no,
dude!
Come on.
Invest in a real holster, please.
Well, yeah. The irony is they're saying shame over his holster.
Yeah.
Look, watch. Listen.
I know. It's
shame, Uncle Mike's shame.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Let's see. We got verse 2. Heard a no-code tech last night keying up with too much gain. Told him to get a real rig, son. Stay off my domain. Now he's gone to GMRS, talking family every night. Yeah, see, now you're getting the rhymes in there.
Now you're getting better. There we go.
It's getting better in real time. That's what I like to hear.
Oh my goodness!
They were all supposed to get rid of the whistles because, they put out that whole thing about. It's just white people making themselves feel like heroes, and black people are afraid of whistles. And I was like, the NBA, the NFL, they all use whistles. I don't think that's true.
Scott, I can't believe what I'm seeing in this next one. Do we actually get to watch a huddle video from the great Bavino himself?
I'm curious what he says about these cities when he's in the huddle with his guys.
I feel my motivation raising just by being here.
Yeah.
Arrest as many people that touch you as you want to. Those are the general orders all the way to the top. Everybody fucking gets it if they touch you. You hear what I'm saying? Less legals. We're going to look at shipping tractor trailer loads of that shit in here. So you catch what it's all about us now. It ain't about them. Professional, legal, ethical, moral. You know what we're talking about. Legal, ethical, moral. You're on camera. But other than that, it's what we do. Fucking ours. This is our fucking city.
Hell yes.
And that's him in Los Angeles. I bet he's liking the weather there a lot better than what he's been dealing with. He probably asked, "Listen, I am fucking freezing my balls off coming from the high desert
Can I get somewhere warm
in South Central Florida." So I mean, in California, because he was in that El Centro area, between San Diego and Arizona.
El Centro is one of the worst places on the face of the planet. I just want that out there. Although Star Wars was filmed there, so there is that.
I went on a date once with a girl from El Centro.
I apologize. I apologize.
Well, she was exactly like you would think a girl from that area.
I was gonna say, which trailer park did you pick her up at? But...
Well, that's not far from the truth. But no, I met her in San Diego, but she was from El Centro. You can't take the girl out of El Centro, though. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I, before we move on, can I just say, he is, I'm not even saying this is a meme. He is not looking well, and the degeneration appears to be rapid. Anybody else? Like, he's losing weight from his face.
This bot somehow.
Oh, I'll get
Which one is it? Is it the Tara one?
Yeah, it won't go. It keeps telling me it failed.
I'll get it. Let's see. But yeah, is it Joe? What do you think? Looking at him, it looks to me like he's lost a lot of weight in his face over just like a very short period of time.
All right. Well, I'm way more interested in the next part of the Morris song here. Bridge, soft, half whispered, maybe with Morris undertones. Used to dream of DX pileups, contacts cross the sea. Yeah.
Why does he have a fire act?
Lance Corporal veteran for $5. I'm from El Centro. What's her name? I bet my aunt knows her.
Well, this man has a hockey stick and 2 fire axes thrown up in some random. He was just trying to put those up there so they get in the video, but I'm really not sure why. Anyway.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Joe, this is exactly the kind of stupid shit that people give that doesn't mean fucking anything because the governor came, It's it's less of an honor for the governor and more an honor for the people that get to give him a gift. And unfortunately, you're giving it to this fucking waste of space. Let's go ahead and play this video, and you'll just see how stupid this guy is.
This fraud thing happens in every state. We had it here. I take responsibility for it. No one in state government anything to do with it. The people stole it from us. You got to stop that. We were working hand in hand with the U.S. Attorney's Office. That's gone now. I don't even know who over there is working on fraud. And we got folks. You come in here. That U.S. Attorney sat right here, and I said, "There's 2 people that want to fix this more than anybody in this state. Me and you. What do you need from me?"
Okay, he stopped to do an interview, and you can tell that he's been running his hands through his hair in a I'm stressed out way. It's just, there's a lot of indicators here that are just small, but I think he's cracking.
Well, so here's the thing. I bet when that ADA came and sat down with him, I bet he basically said, listen, you're either going to help us or we're going to charge you because we've got you all over this.
Yeah,
it's AUSA, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what his behavior, although not his words, have said since then.
Anybody remember the vuvuzelas from South Africa in 2000? Yes, I do remember those fucking things.
Yeah,
it made watching the World Cup that year like almost impossible. And I think that's the last time I was gonna say that's the last time I've tried to watch the World Cup because
I have bad news.
I have never in my life tried to watch the World Cup, and
I do enjoy a soccer from time to time.
I have bad news for you, Scott.
Yeah. What's up?
They have picked those up at the riots this year. I'm not even kidding. Like the vuvuzelas. I'm not even.
I haven't seen any yet.
Yeah, it's they bring them to the Whipple building every night. It's it makes me want to die. It's bad.
Mm.
Not as bad as our next video, for which I must warn all of you out there with delicate constitutions. Kathy Griffin warning. Kathy Griffin.
Oh
warning.
yes. So, so is there an insurgency out there? I'll let you be the judge of that. Now, let's watch this video and see if Kathy Griffin is a member of the insurgency.
That are awake, that see what's going on. What do you think the solution is? I think the murder of Renee Good, the murder of Alex Preddy, putting children on planes and taking them to detention centers, which are really concentration camps. Call it what it is. They're concentration camps in the United States of America in 2026. So take that in. And I know you don't want to participate in something radical. I don't either. I wish I could just go on the road and do my funny stories about celebrities.
I don't want to participate in something radical, says the woman who carried around a severed head of Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, right. Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Wait, hold on a second. Is that proof back there that she wears a wig all the time?
You know,
I thought that was a given. I thought we already knew that.
I didn't know that. Because I don't pay any attention to her.
Someone brought it up, and I'm actually either Hassan Piker trained these dogs or she drugged them.
Or making fun of politicians, but not even have to acknowledge this, but it is happening all around you. It's happening around you. I live in Los Angeles. It's happening at targeted places in Los Angeles. And I think it's time to talk to the neighbors in real life. It's time to talk to your neighbors, find out if they're MAGA or not. Sorry, but we have to know who's on our team and start to plan. Is there a way we can do something?
What?
When I hear from my followers in Minnesota, they describe a very sophisticated channel of a system of things that they do to help one another. And they use encrypted apps. And like I said, everyone has whistles and honks their horn, but they organize in small groups. And they have told me that they learned this from the George Floyd incident because George Floyd was murdered 20 blocks away from these other murders, roughly. And so they said they learned a lot from that experience. So I'm just telling you guys,
All right, I've heard enough.
live your life.
Yeah, that voice.
Yeah. You never thought you'd miss the rape whistles, did you?
Yeah, well, it's just one of those kind of things where I wanted to get her on the record, and then we could kind of like once she said you need to have a plan, I think we could have exited out. But
so she's saying to your neighbors, huh? Good news. She's on one of my lists too. She's right next to Giancarlo Esposito. So
yeah. Well, and then what's the other guy? The one you said I thought that guy was dead.
John Leguizamo. Yeah. You know what? I like his acting, but he's just a complete moron, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's good in John Wick, and
it's like the guy that plays Captain America in the Marvel movies. I really like him as Captain America, and he does a great job. And I think he doesn't try to like bring his personal life into his acting, but when he's on the fucking road and promoting movies, he says the dumbest fucking political shit. So
yeah.
Jefferson C. Post for $2 says, "What about Kathy Griffin's murder of her career?" I know, right? I want to report a murder or a suicide, maybe career suicide.
I gotta report a murder. They didn't murder you, Stewie.
Let's see.
I know nothing brings out the rage like Mark Ruffalo, though. I agree with you.
Oh, that guy's a fucking.
I spent the entire time on Twin Talkers hoping he would get killed, but
hey, I heard he got fired. So
from the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, basically when Kathy Griffin, or not Kathy Griffin, geez, when the other Kathy, the one who ruined Star Wars, got fired, a bunch of other shakeups happened all on the same day that nobody really talked about because they were using her to make Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy. I have not heard.
They basically used her to cover for a bunch of other firings that they were doing that same day.
I want to. I've got before we get off Minnesota. I think there's some kind of stuff worth kind of seeing. I think the Border Patrol and the ICE guys are way more effective on the tactics now that they're using with these watchers. Oddly enough, you're
hey. observers. They're legal observers.
Legal observers. Anti-ICE radicals in North Minneapolis got stopped, got schooled, hands up, and surrender as Border Patrol agents ordered them to stop tailing and harassing the federal officers today. These clowns thought they could shadow agents like some vigilante squad. And then my understanding is they're giving them one warning and then they're arresting them for impeding.
But can I just say, that looks like an industrial-sized big boy can of mace.
It's bear
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Does it come in gallon?
Actually, they do make a backpack.
Ooh.
For CS spray. The Mark 48.
See, we needs one.
All right, so let's listen to the conversation going on here.
He covered up his name on the back of his gear too.
Your actions, sir.
You don't need to be freaking impeding us.
We are not impeding. We are observing your
No,
actions.
you're not observing.
That way we can tell if they are legal and you will be held up for your actions, sir.
Everything we do by the Constitution.
That is not true.
Title 8 enforcement.
Absolutely not.
Just because you don't like our laws doesn't mean that we can't enforce them.
You are not enforcing our laws, sir.
Everything you can claim by them is you let millions of people in.
That is so uninformed.
So I like the whole impeding thing that they're doing. I think that's a good route to go after because Joby, I don't think that that's a heavy crime, but that's one of those kind of things where you start getting somebody charged with impeding, then I think that all of a sudden that really kind of raises their profile in the eyes of federal law enforcement.
What you're going to see start happening is federal law enforcement tapping their brakes, claiming a dog ran out in front of them. And when that little car bumps into that great big SUV, it's going to trigger the airbag in the little car and not on the SUV, and then they're going to drive away.
Oops.
I think, Bandit, that she's staying mostly calm because they've had some training on this now, right? Ever since Renee Good got shot, to not freak out and to try to be calm. And it's not working very well.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, so I've noticed a couple other videos like this, and it's been interesting to see how you're just seeing Border Patrol is evolving their TTPs as they continue to encounter this. Now, on the other side, you've got local law enforcement in places. I think this guy's in California. I'd have to let me open it up real quick here.
Yep, California.
Yeah, Santa Clara County Sheriff Bob Johnson just flat out refused to help federal agents with security during the Super Bowl. We are not going to change our policies or protocols. We will not be working or supporting ICE immigration enforcement.
That we're going to be here for you side by side. So as you're getting off those trains, you're getting off those buses, yeah, high probability you're going to see somebody in uniform. But if they're not masked, if they're wearing tan and green or blue or black, trust me, they're there for your protection. They're there for your protection. If they're masked and they're trying to hide their identity, then somebody hasn't communicated with us. Because we've made it very clear to our officers, our workforce, is to be open, transparent, and engaged with this community for the next few weeks. And that is also our goal on each and every day. We have spent decades.
These are the same cops who would arrest you for not wearing a mask just a couple years ago.
Right. Exactly right.
It's ludicrous. And these police chiefs, they should have their grant funding stopped. They should have all kinds of things done, right? Knucklehead.
Honestly, you want to. Ultimately, let's talk about something here, okay? I'm not a cop, but we participated in something that had a similar element to, hey, so and so's in trouble. There's a call on the radio. They need help. You go. You go because you might be the guy on the other end of the line next time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just flat out saying, hey, we're just going to, fuck the feds, we're just not going to, I think literally every other department should stop answering your calls for service. Yeah.
I think there needs to be a direct reciprocity type situation. If they go out of their way to say we will not come and
what's the worst is that now police departments like one in Chicago are issuing statements that say you might have seen our officers at this address. Well, we were there providing security while the FBI or ICE served a search warrant. We have nothing to do with that. We don't have to do with their warrant. That's just a cowardly statement. Hey, listen, and the thing is, the one in Chicago, they were going after gang members. You should definitely want to put yourself with that. Hey, FBI raided a whole bunch of gang houses this morning. We were there helping them out. Yes. Instead, they're like, we have nothing to do with it. It was the FBI. We were just there for community safety. That's a cowardly statement to make.
Yeah.
I mean, all of this is... there's no way that sheriff doesn't understand what he's doing and how it contributes towards the conflict we're about to be in. And I just don't think people like that should be allowed to get away with it.
Well, on the side of justice, we have this here. This is from yesterday, but it's still worth kind of bringing up. Remember that old guy that claimed that he shot Charlie Kirk right after?
Yeah.
Evidently, he's getting just got sentenced to up to 15 years in prison for obstructing justice and 2 counts of possession of CP.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Somebody raised a good point in the chat. These are the same cops who mask their SWAT teams. Yeah. Their SWAT teams wear masks.
Funny how that works, right, Joe?
Funny.
All right.
Derna's right here. That's a great point. An insurgency can't maneuver without at least neutrality from local law enforcement. Great point. And I've pointed out that everyone thinks that there's going to be some sort of government versus somebody else thing. Your fight is probably going to be leftist militias versus right militias, and you're going to have local police supporting the leftists and federal supporting the right wing, and not much getting done law enforcement wise. Right? It's going to be very interesting.
Lance Corporal Veteran for $5 says, libs to police, blah, blah. I have a degree, blah, blah. What do I say? Blah, blah. Do what I say, blah, blah. You're not wrong. I mean, they think that they are so, and the problem is almost every time you see them interact with these police, the liberals that do have lower IQs than the police. We established, yes, there's an insurgency going on in the United States, and it is an insurgency for anybody who says otherwise. And we've seen the most acute example of that in Minneapolis, right? But as you can see from those other videos, it's spreading to other places, whether it's Los Angeles, where Border Patrol's at right now, and I'm sure you'll see plenty of fireworks coming out of Los Angeles. And then you've got what we just heard, that Santa Clara sheriff, Gavin Newsom, says that he's spending $550 million for some kind of support directly to people to keep ICE from being able to get a hold of them. But let's so it's clearly a nationwide problem, right? And there are towns in every state that have some sort of anti-ICE policies being enacted, whether it's the cooperation with police or other types of things. But it's broader than that, right? It goes deeper, right? And so I'm glad to finally see that you're starting to see some movement on some of the older parts of this insurgency, because yes, this insurgency goes all the way back to 2015, right? To basically all the stuff that the Obama administration did against the first Trump campaign. So here's something this kind of raises a flag mentally. So I don't know what this means. And kind of like the China stuff the other day, I don't know if it's true. I don't know what's going on there, but it seems real to me is that Tulsi Gabbard releases documents that prove it was Barack Obama who led the Russiagate conspiracy and coup against Donald Trump. And yes, by the way, that was in fact a coup against Donald Trump. Documents have been turned over to the DOJ. All right, so let's play this Fox News clip. That goes into
how much
it's
you want?
Long. It's long. Just let's see how far it gets before we.
Releasing a bombshell report today that shows a conspiracy by a sitting president, Barack Obama, and his intel agencies to sabotage the president-elect, Donald Trump, brainwash the electorate, and undermine the legitimacy of an election.
There is irrefutable evidence that detail how President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false. They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to help President Trump win, selling it to the American people as though it were true. It wasn't.
Gabbard got her hands on a House intel report that's been locked away in a CIA vault for almost a decade. Investigators spent over 2,000 hours looking into how the Russia hoax was born, interviewing 20 CIA and FBI officials. And it turns out that the Obama administration doctored the intelligence to make it look like Putin and Trump stole the election. A month after Trump beat Hillary, Barack Obama wasn't satisfied with his intelligence reporting and ordered his CIA director to create a new assessment of how Russia interfered with the election. This was a highly unusual move. John Brennan handpicked 5 CIA analysts to write the assessment, and they were siloed. None of them knew what the other was doing. And only one analyst was in charge of drafting this report. There was nothing routine about this, and it was a rush job to publish before Trump was sworn in. Nothing was coordinated with the other intelligence agencies either. Basically, this was home cooking for Barack Obama. There were 4 key elements from the assessment that were repeated over and over again and formed the basis of the Russia hoax and the Robert Mueller witch hunt. 1, that Vladimir Putin wanted Donald Trump to win.
All right, pause it.
Putin.
I mean, I don't know how. I mean, there's so much that's already there. I mean, I can't imagine, unless they're just like securing more evidence. I just don't understand what more they need.
Well, so to be clear, they never got to look at those ballots. This is one of the ones that they had requested to, and the judge told them, you don't have standing, and then they battled it out forever, and ultimately they never got to look at them. My question is, how is there possibly a chain of custody for these after what is
by
it
now? The ballots are destroyed.
Yeah,
they don't say those.
I don't.
So here's
know.
It's all optics, and what's the end game? They're never going to arrest Barack Obama. They're never going to arrest John Brennan. So what's the point of this? Create more civil strife, and that serves Barack Obama's purpose.
I'm not ready to point that yet. I don't know.
I know you drank the Kool-Aid the other day, and I don't know what's happened to you in the last.
No, like I said, I haven't drank the Kool-Aid. I haven't drank the Kool-Aid, but here's the deal, right? Like, you don't hop on a leftist squad in a city that hasn't been activated for this other shit to go do violence at a warehouse if it doesn't matter. Because they did. I don't know if anybody saw this, but they activated a little leftist goon squad to go try and jump him in the parking lot.
Yeah, but here's let me ask you this question, Watcher, and you have to answer this. Don't give me some 3D chess answer, but I need you to give me a real answer. Let's just say they found some piece of evidence there that proves without a doubt the election was overturned. What does that do? They're not going to undo the last 4 years. It's not going to happen.
No, you're right about that. No, but what does it do? Let's pretend that that's true. And what I'm saying here is, I'm curious how that would even still be a relevant piece of evidence, given that, again, there's no chain of custody for it for the last 4 years. It's not like it was in an evidence.
Breaking news. We've got something that will solve all of this political division here in the United States. I'm going to share my screen here. Joe, you're going to enjoy this
discussion, Watcher. We'll just move on.
I think we'll probably come back to it.
I mean, come on. Joe, this is for you. Burkina Faso's military junta has banned all political parties. That would actually solve all of our problems. We just need this guy here in America to solve.
Yes, we just need to become more authoritarianism. More authoritarian.
Well, authoritarian or smoritarian. He's got the drip. Joe, I think these shoulder boards are a new addition, aren't they?
Yeah,
that is a new addition to his uniform. So,
is it just me, or does this look? When I look at these uniforms, what I see is, we gave up and we just made the Under Armour we wear underneath it the uniform.
That's actually a good point. Hey, I want to answer your question, Joe. And I think ultimately it comes down to this, right? This whole exercise, there's two versions. The third version is going back in time and changing the last 4 years. You can't do that, as you kind of like were intimating, right? So there's two other reasons potentially, right? You either are going to go after the people who were involved, up to and including the former president of the United States, and if you're going to do that, then yeah, you should absolutely find out what the truth was. But you have to have the kind of the balls to make those, those kind of
and you
those
have
actions.
You have to build the narrative.
The other is, okay, we're not going to charge anybody. It's truth and reconciliation time. We're not going to charge anybody, but we want to correct the historical record. And if that were the case, I'm not against it. I just think they need to come out and fucking say that, right?
But
like, listen,
the problem is that all of the trusted planners are saying, well, then that means that Donald Trump will get a third term and all this stuff gets undone. No, none of that stuff happens.
None of that's going to happen. That's
remove
correct.
Ketanji Jackson Brown or Brown, whatever her stupid name is, from the bench. None of that stuff's going to happen. And
I'll tell you
honest with you, the minute they charge Barack Obama with a crime, a civil war will start. They're willing to go to war over Barack Obama.
So if I may answer the question that I got asked.
Okay.
I think your other third reason, and the reason that I would do it if it were me, is because there's going to be a civil war regardless of what happens, and this helps one side's mythology and helps people that wouldn't otherwise have fought on that side to have permission to fight on that side.
Yeah, but we already know. The entire world already knows.
You and I already know. You and I already know. As I explained the other day, we're a highly self-selected group of people that don't depend on experts to give us our information. And there are an awful lot of people in between that do.
The sad thing, there are a lot of smart people who have really stupid choices on the information.
They do. You're right. And it's called it like there's an act.
Did you see the Reuters headline this morning? It's about Tulsi Gabbard being there pursuing Donald Trump's false claims of an election irregularities. You're a news agency. You can't just declare them false, right?
Right. Exactly right. So I can't even remember the point that I was going to make earlier, but anyway, all right. So I think we've covered that topic.
Is it the point about Tulsi being there, meaning that potentially, like, you ought to think about why Tulsi's there, because you don't get the DNI involved in just anything?
Well, you're right. So
there to be seen and have a photo taken of her. That was intentional. There was no other actual purpose for her to be there. Right? It's not like she went through the file herself with her little magnifying glass. She was there so that she could be photographed and make the left freak out.
I guess one thing that could be done going forward is if they could prove the involvement of some third country kind of, third parties out from other countries and things like that were involved in that, then that would be, say, like, let's say China, for instance, took part in that. They could go to China and say, listen, we're gonna punish you for that for reasons, right? And then basically go forward with that. Hey, we have the proof. Here it is. Go fuck yourself. We're going to do X, right?
That could be a reason. Yeah, that could be a reason. I don't know. Again, though, all of this hinges on that being credible evidence, and the fact that it's been sitting in a warehouse for 5 years now, unguarded, means that it's not credible evidence anymore.
Hey, real quick, last thing I want to talk about on the I guess it's not the last thing, but I want to make sure we talk about the Don Lemon stuff. So Don Lemon has been arrested. Everybody came in the chat and was telling us all about that. Watcher, do you have a good post that kind of dives into that?
Yeah, hold on, I lost it when I had to leave. Let me pull it back up. Here is a statement from his lawyer. That's kind of the best we got at the moment.
Here, you want to read it?
Don Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents last night in Los Angeles, where he was covering the Grammy Awards. Don's been a working journalist for 30 years, and his constitutionally protected work in Minneapolis was no different than what he has always done. Sure. The First Amendment, okay, yeah, I'm not going to read the rest of this, but instead of investigating the federal agents who killed 2 peaceful Minneapolis protesters, the Trump Justice Department is devoting its time, attention, and resources to this arrest, as well they should. Hope he burns in hell.
So here's the point, though. He ceased becoming a reporter when he entered that church. He should have stayed outside and reported on it if he wanted to report on it. He entered that church, and he himself got in the pastor's face and made comments that were not news questions. They were actually activist statements. That's where he violated the law. And he knew they were going to that church service to disrupt it and interfere with everyone's constitutional rights, and he did nothing about it. That makes him guilty of the crime he's charged with.
Looks like we got a Fox clip.
Alert, journalist Don Lemon has been arrested in connection with an anti-ICE protest at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota. Bill Malusian joins us now with more on this breaking news. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Charlie, good morning to you. Our colleague David Spunt and I getting this breaking news from multiple law enforcement sources just minutes ago, confirming that former CNN anchor Don Lemon has been arrested by federal agents in Los Angeles just after midnight this morning at a hotel. This obviously all in connection with that storming of a church in St. Paul, Minnesota by that group of anti-ICE agitators. Now, remember, the feds had gone to judges to try to get Don Lemon arrested before. They went to a magistrate.
Yeah, I don't know why. So Fox does half the enemy's propaganda for them.
I would like to know who all was in Don Lemon's hotel room when they knocked.
You know what? That's an excellent question.
How old they were.
Yeah, talk about somebody who's going to have CP found on his fucking computer when they go to arrest him for something completely unrelated. I would say Don Lemon. All right, so with the last one here that we've got for the for this.
Hold on. I believe we have a statement from JD Vance. Yeah, let me. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Vice President.
Did not have JD Vance singing Creed on my.
All right. Especially that version of JD Vance. All right. This last one here is well, I mean, if you didn't know what they wanted already, let's just let them come right out and tell you. Just a reminder, this is Elon reposting Katie Miller post. This is a reminder that Reid Hoffman really did say in a public forum that he wished President Trump had been killed in the assassination attempt. All right, here's the quote. Then in what was one source described as the dagger and another as the twist of the knife, Theo sarcastically thanked Hoffman for funding lawsuits against Trump because they had turned him into a martyr, thereby increasing the chances of his reelection. I'm so grateful to you, Thiel said. This is Peter Thiel, is who they're saying. From the stage, Hoffman shot back with his own sarcastic quip. Yeah, I wish they had made him an actual martyr.
No.
I wish I had made him an actual. Yeah, that's right. And that very uncomfortable note, the exchange ended. So interesting. When they tell you who they are and what they want to do, believe them.
Yeah. These people are crazy.
Can I in an effort to bring the wholesome nature of Canada back up, in response to our earlier reporting, evidently Amelia wants to find out what's going on in the Anglosphere. So here we go. Our on-the-spot correspondent, Amelia. Let's see what she has to say.
Britain's a mess. Let's see how her former colonies are getting along.
I am kind of shocked at how well.
Oh, geez. Wish I were a hockey puck so burly fellas would slap me around with their sticks, eh?
God damn.
Hey there, do you know about maple syrup? Beauty day, eh? Take care, bud.
Of course you can transition your kid in Canada. And if it goes bad, we'll assist in the suicide, eh?
I offer you half my royal fortune in exchange only for the small transfer fee I need. And still, you do nothing?
It's Jamaica, come on. What you think this video gonna be?
All right.
Don't get too close or it'll bite.
At the koala.
Is that Farrah Fawcett?
Good day, mate. Bloody Ripper Day out here, eh? No worries, you legend.
In Australia, diversity is our strength.
Rhodesia, this is Zimbabwe now.
I asked for a large fries. I ain't paying for this now. Nah, I asked for large fries. You trying to get shot?
Howdy, partner. Perhaps you like barbecue and football, just as I do, partner.
How about a tall glass of sweet tea? You look so thirsty.
No, we close. We close. You go away.
Lurbing Center.
You know the drill. 3% every year, hand it over.
Whew, lads. I've got work to do.
All right. The Amelia stuff is getting better and better.
It's a little over the top.
I could use some sweet tea, Joe. How about you?
No, I'm good.
Not if I have to hang out in a Louisiana bayou.
Yeah, I'm all right.
I prefer to remain grounded in the real world.
All right. Let's see here.
End up in Louisiana. That's how the Cajuns get you.
I know, right? Tell me about it. Okay. So next up is Iran. So basically, no big news here, but it's kind of like a lot of things that are happening that I think my estimation of a likelihood of U.S. action in Iran in the next, multiple of days is higher and higher. Erdogan urges Trump to let him mediate the Iran crisis amidst fears of refugee explosions. Now, that I don't think this is a good idea at all. That being said, that doesn't mean Trump won't allow him to do this. So we'll see how it goes. Turkish President Erdogan just pressing the idea of hosting a direct teleconference between the U.S. President Trump and Iran's president in a last-ditch bid to cool rising tensions and avoid U.S. military action. Regional sources have newly revealed that in a phone call to Trump on Monday, Erdogan urged Washington to pursue diplomacy over escalation and offered Turkey's services as an intermediary. The Turkish official said, Iran's foreign minister is actually currently in Istanbul amidst a diplomatic scramble to avert war. One big problem is that Tehran is willing to talk about its nuclear program. Tehran is willing to talk about its nuclear program, but they reported Washington push for it to limit or abolish its ballistic missile arsenal is seen as nothing less than suicide. No, you don't need to fucking hit Israel. It's not suicide if you stop hitting Israel.
I think there are more places in Israel they don't need to hit.
Well, I know, but that's where they've actually shot a lot of ballistic missiles at recently, though. Iranians see the request as simply a non-starter. Say again?
It's not Monday.
That's true. That's true. I am not getting paid for this, so I don't know. Not a Mossad Monday. All right. Imposed on Israel, and the Israelis have already mounted a surprise attack on the Islamic Republic last June. Let's see. Turkey is again against any U.S.-led strikes or a war, but is pressuring Tehran to make meaningful internal reforms. Turkey has some other pressing interests, given its fact that it shares a far eastern border with Iran. And Iranian migrants and tourists have long played a role in its economy. I'm gonna have to pull my map out. I don't remember Turkey touching Iran.
What? Yes.
Yeah. I guess it does. I hadn't thought about that because I thought that Iraq was in between them.
No, not at one point. Not there. It's a small area, but it does touch it.
Yeah. I guess you're right. Lack of EU initiative to stop the escalating is worrisome. If Iran explodes, 90 million people will stay only in the region. Wouldn't stay only in the region, and Turkey, they will definitely migrate to Europe. Well, the irony here is that I don't think there's a lot of really easy ways for them to get into Turkey at this point, based on what's been going on recently. They would just let ISIS be roll into northern Iran and basically deal with their Kurds up there. Kind of like the way they tried to do with Syria. Erdogan is getting in the middle while Trump gets closer and closer to making a decision. Now, that being said, Israeli and Saudi officials swarm D.C. as Trump weighs Iran strike options. Senior Saudi and Israeli defense and intelligence officials are converging on Washington this week as Trump administration weighs potential U.S. strikes on Iran, according to Axios. A limited strike is an illusion. Any military action by the U.S. from any origin and at any level will be considered an act of war, and the response will be immediate, all-out, and unprecedented, targeting the heart of Tel Aviv and all those supporting the aggressor. Ali Sakhami, a top advisor, supreme leader, wrote. Well, of course. I mean, if you attack us, we're going to hit Israel because that's what they do. I mean, it's true. Let's see. Israel officials, including IDF intelligence directorate chief, are reportedly presenting intelligence on Iranian targets to the Pentagon, CIA, and the White House officials. While the Saudi counterparts are attempting to slow walk Washington away from the outright war, the Saudis lately joined the Emirates in barring the Pentagon from using airspace for any strikes. General Bender met with senior U.S. defense and intelligence officials on Tuesday and Wednesday, while Saudi Defense Minister Khalid bin Salman, brother of MBS, is expected to hold talks with Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Trump envoy Witkoff later this week. Behind closed doors, Trump is said to be considering targeted strikes on Iranian security forces and leadership figures in a bid to trigger internal unrest. Reuters has reported Secretary Rubio floated before the Senate hearing the idea that U.S. must preventively prevent Iran from attacking American forces already in the region, in an interesting display of war logic. Well, I mean, preemptive attacks has always been a thing, and they are illegal.
Yeah, I don't know why they call it an interesting display of war logic. No, it's a 100% display of war logic.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Now, let's be honest. You could make the argument, well, if you weren't in that region, they wouldn't have attacked you. Well, I mean, but you're basically then saying that Iran has the ability to completely dictate our foreign policy, which, I mean, as little as I like war, that's a stretch even for me. Let's see. CNN says the U.S.-Iran talks over Tehran's nuclear missile programs have only hardened Washington's appetite for escalation, raising the odds that diplomacy is giving way to force once again, or rather placing the diplomatic bar so high that it would be next to impossible for Iran to comply. Currently, Trump officials are reportedly insisting that Iran be stripped of any missile capability capable of striking Israel. Israel, meanwhile, would retain its full missile arsenal, including undeclared nuclear weapons that everyone in the world knows about, capable of hitting Iran. That's true. It is the worst kept secret in the world. All right, guys, what do you think about this kind of diplomatic, furball that we've got going on surrounding this issue of potential strikes against Iran?
I think that it'd be great if it worked, but I'm a realist, and you can't negotiate with irrational people.
Yeah, 100%, Joe. I mean, Iran is literally a terrorist state. It is literally the definition of a terrorist state. Their main force that they rely on is a terrorist, organization. Let's see. This next one here.
The agreement they've broken every agreement we've ever had with them.
Every agreement.
Why would you trust them today?
Yeah, you can't. Let's see. Oh, I like our buddy Jim has commented on this next post here. This is a Vicegrad 24 post. Breaking: Al Jazeera, Qatar reports that Iran, China, and Russia will launch a joint naval exercise in the Gulf of Oman in the Indian Ocean in the coming days. Jim says improbable.
Yeah, I'm with him on that. Where exactly will these Russian ships be coming from?
I mean, if they're not already in the region, I don't know how they could even happen.
Correct. Yeah, they can't sail through the Gulf, so unless they're going to sail around past Japan.
I mean, here's the thing: unless they have like a patrol boat there, right? You know, like something just kind of nominal.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine China does have a base in Djibouti. Hey, we found a way to say Djibouti.
We did.
And I'm sure there are some Russian patrol craft in the region, but I don't know that it's going to be very large scale. It might be 3 boats patrolling, right?
Yeah. Well, like for instance, I think the largest kind of persistently deployed ship that the Chinese have is a frigate. And it's taken part in some of the anti-piracy operations because I think the frigate is based out of Djibouti, right?
Yeah, but that's not the largest ship they have.
No, the consistently deployed, that's
You're
like
right,
kind of
but
always
he
in that
means
area.
He means that they're out and about because they don't take their aircraft carriers out there.
Well, no.
Yeah, I mean, is there a bigger ship that they have there on a regular basis? Because I was just
They
tracking
have
the
a bigger
frigate.
patrol in the Indian Ocean all of the time.
Okay. I mean, I was just talking about based out of that area, but
No,
I think you're right.
I got you. I thought you were saying something different, but and by the way, you do it on purpose because everyone knows that word is Visegrad, and you said Visegrad.
I know. I mean, if I can't get to troll you guys now at this point with my Russian mispronunciations, then what's the point?
Yeah.
All right. Let me go to the next one here. So to that end, here's what we've got in that area right now. This is not even exclusive. This is just destroyers. 8 destroyers threatening Iran now. Let's see. We got the Peterson in the North Arabian Sea, escorting the USS Abraham Lincoln. Spruance is with the Lincoln. The Murphy is with the Abraham Lincoln. We've got the Delbert D. Black in the Red Sea. We've got the USS McFall in the Straits of Hormuz. We've got the USS Mitcher near the Straits of Hormuz. We've got the USS Buckley, Bukele in Eastern Mediterranean Sea, and we've got the USS Roosevelt in the Eastern Mediterranean Sea. Those 2 in the Med are primarily there for anti-air duties against potentially ballistic missiles that would target Tel Aviv or any portions of Israel coming out of our
China has at least 6 ships in the Indian Ocean at all times, about half and half between frigates and destroyers. Oh. So the Chinese destroyers are a little bit larger, but not as capable as ours.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Let's go to the next one here. So evidently he's been given quite a oh, I'm sorry. I added a new one, Watcher. If you could just go to the notes. It's there. I think it looks like a regular link. Or no. Yeah, it's a the President Donald J. Trump has been presented. That one. Yeah. He's been presented in recent days with an expanded list of potential military options against Iran aimed at doing further damage to the country's nuclear ballistic program and long-range ballistic missile facilities, or weakening the hold of Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, according to multiple U.S. officials who spoke to the New York Times. Recent options presented to President Trump reportedly go beyond those provided in the past, including a potential American forces to carry out commando raids on nuclear weapon sites in Iran. This plan would involve secretly sending U.S. special forces to destroy or badly damage parts of Iranian nuclear program not already damaged last June's bombing by the B-2 Spirit strategic long-range bombers flown from the United States. kind of interesting, Joe, that they're considering actual kind of commando raids into Iran. I think that's a long way from home with not a whole lot of backup.
So I don't know that that's true. I've only seen these OSINT accounts report this, and no mainstream media report it. Also, they reported that there was a flight of an MC-130J, which is a special ops platform, that went from Britain to Armenia yesterday. But the ADSB clip they showed was a flight from Romania to Tbilisi. So nothing matched what they said. A lot of that is to me is just fan fiction. They're writing what they hope is going to happen. There's the photo right there.
Yeah. I wanted to cover that one too, because I'm curious if this is supposed to be an endpoint or if this is supposed to be where it was in transit to Azerbaijan at that point. Because that's how you would fly, if you were doing that. But let's see, breaking the U.S.
direct into Azerbaijan from Turkey. Why would I go into Georgia first?
I don't know.
Oh, I guess it's Armenia, but
you're right. That's got to be it.
No, you're going to Armenia. You would just fly direct. I don't know why I would add another country to my flight plan.
The U.S. just flew an MC-130J Commando 2 aircraft from the U.K. to Azerbaijan. The plane was developed for infiltration and exfiltration operations by U.S. Special Forces. The MC-130J Commando 2 is a specialized multi-mission combat transport and aerial refueling tanker operated exclusively by the United States Air Force Special Operations Command. It's a highly modified variant of the Lockheed Martin C-130J Super Hercules turboprop aircraft, purpose-built for clandestine special operations in politically sensitive, hostile, or denied territories. Unlike standard C-130Js, it features advanced avionics, terrain-following radar, defensive systems, including infrared countermeasures and refueling pods for low-level night missions and adverse weather missions. Khamenei just might about to join Maduro in that cell in New York City. No. I doubt that. I think the last thing on their mind is a snatch and grab.
The comment terrain following radar, I'm still trying to figure out, because all radar is terrain follow. It's kind of the point of radar. But anyway, I don't see that happening. And by the way, if we were really sending a specialized platform with specialized operators, they wouldn't be pinging on ADSB, right? They'd be way outside of the normal air travel corridors. They wouldn't show up on any databases. They would just go there.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those kind of things like, what's interesting to me is that Azerbaijan would be willing to host any kind of operations flying into Iran. That's the thing that I kind of find interesting. Now, that being said, Azerbaijan is definitely very closely aligned with Turkey, as they are essentially Turkic people, and they. See, I always forget about that part of Iran right there, that little horn that goes up north of,
Greater Kurdistan. Yeah, most people do.
Yeah. So I think I've got like Mandela effect on like looking at maps or something like that. Anyway, but the thing for me is that Azerbaijan was closely aligned with Israel against Iran over Armenia, because Iran, if you remember when we were covering Azerbaijan versus Armenia, Iran said that they would help at Armenia against their Muslim fraternal Muslim brothers in Azerbaijan, which I always thought that was kind of the irony is just too good there.
Yeah, the sides in the Azerbaijan, Armenia, and Nagorno-Karabakh thing is just weird, right? We take the side of what would appear to be opposite of us, and the Russians take the side that would seem to be most supportive of us. It's all weird there.
Yeah.
Topsy-turvy.
Right. What's next here? Here we go. This next one is breaking U.S. military aircraft associated with special operations reporting inbound to Azerbaijan. Now, here's the funny thing. They show a video of U.S. soldiers with a fucking Apache flying next to them. Like, is this supposed to be the C-130, the MC-130J flying into Azerbaijan? I'm like, cool video, bro, but this ain't it.
I think it's just a moto video.
Well, no, but my point is tell me you don't know anything about military aircraft without telling me you don't know anything about military aircraft.
What, you mean that's not an MC-130J?
That's what I could have swore that that was the new versions there, Joe. I couldn't.
It's
a cool video, though.
On top.
Yeah. All right, that's not even like that's not even the kind of like gunship they would have for a special operations raid. I mean, they may use C-130. I mean, AH-64, Apaches, but they're not special forces like assets. They're just Army attack helicopters. All right, guys, that's the last thing I got. Anything else that you guys saw kind of pertaining to Iran? I didn't really see anything else.
I saw all the threats.
It's all very, very speculative at this point.
I saw all the shitty, not very credible threats that Iran's been making. Not just the we'll put a missile launcher on your own aircraft carrier and shoot at your planes that don't launch off aircraft carriers ones. They posted several of them that were like a bunch of flag draped coffins floating in a sea of blood. I don't know, man.
I mean, like my favorite is the peak of irony of the full automatic endless magazine anti-air missile system.
Yeah. No, as far as Iran goes, that's kind of it.
Joe, looking into your crystal ball going into the weekend, you think what gets more crazy, the international scene or the domestic scene?
Domestic.
Yeah.
I think that you're going to see a lot of crazy leftists out there doing a whole bunch of crazy leftist things. And ironically, a strike in Iran would only make that worse because they will come out once again in defense of the Iranian regime.
Yeah. Well said. Watcher?
Yeah, I think the leftists are looking to escalate anyways. I think the leftists are looking to stay on a constant, steady escalation path until they either are given what they want or they arrive at midterms. I think that by the time midterms happen, you're going to have at least a dead communist a day on the streets from this martyr shit. Also, we've been very, very lucky so far that all the ambush attacks and almost all of the ambush attacks and that kind of stuff have been non-lethal to the ICE agents. But I have a terrible bad feeling that that's not going to hold.
Yeah.
So stay on the lookout.
All right, guys. I don't have any predictions because all my predictions are still outstanding. I think we're probably looking at a potentially week time frame before we see something in Iran. But I think Joe was right on the money. I think the domestic shit's going to get really stupid over the weekend. People are off of work and they got plenty of time to get arrested before they have to be back at work on Monday. So.
Well, most of them, their job is protesting. So
I know. That's kind of the irony of it.
Seriously, though, somebody's paying for all that gas money for them to drive around and patrol. They're not doing it out of their own pocket.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, I'm a volunteer. Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, that's all I got for today. Thank you very much for being here. If you haven't done already, please subscribe to the channel. Like the video, hit the bell for notification. Let your friends know you're getting some good stuff over here at the CFC. We will be back on Monday unless something really crazy happens over the weekend. And then who knows, maybe we'll do a impromptu show. But until then, y'all stay safe.